Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector.
Welcome to the IPA Champions Cup, live on Sporty Stuff TV.
Well, a very good evening and welcome to Wednesday night at the Paul Sporty Stuff TV Champions Cup. We've got 5 live matches for you. Already had one match on YouTube at 8:45 and we'll tell you the result there. But with me is my old mate, the punter's pal, Mark Pickworth. Good evening, Mark. Well, your punter's pal after last night, what you told all our viewers.
Well, I like to do my little bit now and again, so yeah. Hopefully I can do a little bit more tonight.
So you've got the belly from the telly and we've got the punter's pal here now. We've got Mark and 5 matches. There's been a massive gamble today. Massive gamble on Jason Hill as well. He was 7-1 to win the group early. Odds were smashed to nearly 9-2 he played in the first match, so you can't get on now. Don't forget, if you do want to play, look at our betting partners. You'll see the value. The value today was tremendous. We had one firm went odds on, Davey to win it. Then another firm went odds against. But you've got to shop around, haven't you, Mark? Yeah,
always got to shop around. There's definitely a lot of value. There has been the last couple of nights because both the betting partners, they couldn't make out who was the favourite. Yeah. So we've had 2 different favourites from 2 different betting partners.
We've got 7, haven't we? I think we've got 7 or 8 betting partners now on Sporty Stuff TV. Yeah. They say next year we might have 20. You never know. So look for the value. Anyway, tell us about our players tonight, Mark.
Well, our players, 4 great players, and it's going to be very sort of close contended players. We're going to have Jason Hill, Miles Deluse, they've already played. Then we've got the Dan Davey, and then we've got Jake Dillon-Newlove, who's the amateur qualifier. It's going to be a very, very interesting matchup. There's our players there. Top of the bill, Jason Hill, a very experienced performer. Then we've got the mad dog, Miles Deluse. He's just coming back into it. He's got a bit of a hand condition at the moment that he's having to live with, so it's going to be interesting to see how he copes with that tonight. Jake Dillon-Newlove, I think, is one of the best amateur players in the country, I really do. And then Dan Davey, our very own commentator, swapping the microphone for the cue. And I hope he doesn't start commentating on his own matches, otherwise we're going to have to, gets me out of a job.
He's so confident, isn't he, Dan? And as I said, his favourite tonight, some of our betting partners went odds on, other people went odds against, so we'll see what betting partner we're right. We're going to bring the odds up here. Jason here, as I said, that 9-2, it was 7-1 this morning. Everyone got stuck into Jason, and that first match when he played Miles finished in a 3-3 draw, so 1 point each there.
I have it, yeah.
9-1 Miles, that's the biggest I've ever seen, 9-1 Miles. He was 6-1 with other people. Jake Dillon-Newlove, that 5-2, our betting partners, that's what it was there, the 5-2. 8 betting partners we've got, and they all went round about the same price. But Dan Davey, did they make a mistake? Some people went odds on, other people went odds against Double D. Dan Davey, we'll soon see, but he's playing in our next match anyway. But we're going to show you the form here for Jason Hill. He's been the gamble of the night, the gamble of the day, Jason, Mark.
Yeah, he is. And if you look at his form here, you can't understand the reason why people have a gamble on it. It's only down to his experience. He's been a top performer at the top level for a long time. Win-lose record, 1 win, 9 losses. Ranked number 28. There is no 2021 percentage due to him not playing at all, but the career percentage are very low compared to the others. But he's a great performer. He really can. He can produce the stuff on the big stage.
But 1 win and 9 losses, and the punters have stacked on today to Jason. They must know something that you don't. You know everything about Paul. Anyway, let's go on about Miles here. Let's look at Miles's form.
Yeah, so the Mad Dog ranked number 24. The win-lose record, there 3 wins. And then the 7 losses, 25% in 2021, 41% in the career. Says that he's a little bit out of form, and that's probably down to his hand condition that he's got. But he seems in good spirits tonight. I was talking to him when he arrived here at the venue, and it's good to see the old Miles back, because he's a great character, and he can cause some damage here tonight.
And a lovely chap as well. Well, I think all the boys that play Paul, they're all in it for the fun, and it's really lovely. Right, the Butcher. Well, how's the Butcher's been playing?
Well, Jake Dillon-Newlove, I think, is one of the best amateur players in the country. I've already said that. The Butcher, the win-lose record there, 7 wins, 3 losses, 81% 2021.
81?
70% in his career. Yes, it's on the amateur rankings, but he's such a consistent performer. He's been a professional player, so he knows what it needs to do to take a title out, and he's won titles on the IPA. It's not easy to win titles on the IPA, but he's one of them players that can do it, and he could cause a real big upset here tonight.
Well, if he's going to cause an upset, he's going to cause an upset against this man coming up here, Dan Davey, Double D. He's, what can we say about him? Ranked number 11, 47%, but he's got plenty of W's there against his name, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got 6 there and 4 losses. 47% in 2021, 52% in his career. Remember, Dan Davey, he got to the Event 1 final where he came up a little bit short, finished last in that group, but he played some brilliant stuff in the group stage and the semi-final stage and deserved his place in that Event 1 final. And can he go one step further?
And
yes,
you've got something to tell our viewers about Dan Davey. Who's the king of the break-offs we've had here before?
Yeah, he is. And in Event 1, the statistics said, and I've seen them because I do them myself, that he had the best break out of all the 24 players in Event 1. And when you've got people like Liam Dunster, etc., in that sort of mix as well, Ross Fernie, all of them, he came out on top. He is a great performer. And if his break works for him again tonight, he will take some stopping.
Well, that's why our bookie chaps have made Dan Davey 4 to 6 in places, I should imagine. I've got me doubts. I think you could be in for a shock tonight. Anyway, our first match coming up tonight here on Sporty Stuff TV is Dan Davey against the Butcher.
Yeah, Jake Dillon-Newlove, Dan Davey. Is this the tie of the group? Yes, it probably is. But the way that we've seen Miles and Jason Hill play already on YouTube, this is a very interesting group overall, it really is. And it's a really tough one to call. Dan Davey, if he's the outright favourite for this group, he's got his work cut out, and he's going to have his work cut out against Jake Dillon-Newlove.
Well, we've got that match coming up very, 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 very soon. We're going to talk about this first match now, coming on here, and like the odds about this match as well. He's odds on, Dan Davey. You
got a little feeling, have you?
No, I just got, I think Dan's going to win it tonight, but is he odds on to beat against the Butcher? I don't know.
Well, it's going to be a tight match. I think it's possibly going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a little bit edgy. Both of these players have got a lot of respect for each other, and we'll probably see that in this opening match on Sporty Stuff TV.
I've never seen you so excited on an opening match. You usually get excited at the end of the night. The last match is usually the one, but you think this match, our first match on Sporty Stuff TV, is going to be... We're going to show you the match odds anyway, what we've got here for this evening. So you see Jason Hill there, the first match. He was odds on against Miles. That finished in a draw, 9-4. And in this match here, you see Dan Davey, 5-6, 5-2 against Jake. Then you've got Jason Hill, 11-4 against Dan. I think Jason Hill, 11-4 against Dan Davey. And Jason Hill later on, 5-2 against Jake Dillon-Newlove. That could be the value this evening. I'm going to go with some outsiders this evening here. I think there's plenty of value here this evening. Well, Mark has just gone from this seat next to me into the arena live, and he's going to speak to our players now and see how they feel. Don't forget, the players know you've got to get on the internet, get the value. Over to you, Mark.
Thanks, Gary. Here we are live in the arena, and glad to be joined by Double D Dan Davey. Come on then, first question. Like to be the commentator or like to be the player?
Player, I hate commentating, yeah.
Well, that's enough of them questions anyway.
Yeah.
So you played great in Event 1, and I said in the betting office, was you a little bit sort of disappointed that you came up a little bit short in that very final?
I was, but I'd have been a bit more disappointed if I played really badly, but I think when I played Dunster, I didn't make a mistake. He made one. I lost 4-2 because I had a couple of dry breaks and he didn't. So it's a lot easier to take if things just haven't gone your way. If I'd have just made mistake after mistake, it would have been a lot more disappointing. But nah, it's fine. Like I say, if I'd have played bad and put myself in a position where I should have won a couple and I didn't, it'd be different. But no, it's fine. It's fine.
And I also said in the betting office, you had the best break stats in Event 1. What have you been working on to try and sort of improve your break? Because it was phenomenal in that very first group.
I haven't really. I don't know. This plays so much different to the club that I play on at home. It almost feels like these break much better than when I'm playing in the club tables and stuff. So yeah, I was touch wood. If I play a little, I tend to break a bit better if I put a bit more time in, as in practice. So if I'm playing more, I tend to break better. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
And in the 3 groups that you played in event 1, you finished first in the first group, then you finished second in the second group, and then you finished fourth in the final group. Do you reckon that's just down to sort of lack of consistency?
No, I just came up against Dunster at his best. Corey was playing great, and Tom Barley just played out of his skin against me. It was, you know, like I say, if I'd have made tons and tons of mistakes in that final group, I'd have beat myself up a little bit, but I didn't really. So no, it's fine.
Well, you're on next. I'm going to let you get ready for your match.
Oh,
And it's one match I'm definitely looking forward to.
Cheers.
Well, there you see him, Dan Davey, Double D. Can he go one step further and possibly be, get to that grand final? And one person that wants to stop him is the Butcher, Jake Dylan Newlove. Do you think you can stop Dan Davey, the outright favourite?
That's the plan. We'll just have to see how it goes and how the breaks are going. I'm queuing well, so I've got a good chance, I think.
Yeah, and I said in the betting office that you're one of the best amateur players in the country. Would you, sort of say that's fair to say?
I'd like to think so. Definitely trying to get up to that tier. Just play match after match and just see how it goes in the end.
And being an amateur player, I know I keep mentioning about you being an amateur player. What excites you about these TV events?
Just playing the best players, getting the chance to compete on TV is obviously, as in the past, hasn't been open very much in pool. So getting more TV coverage is definitely a good thing.
And also in event 1, you just missed out on getting through to the semi-finals stage. Did that hurt a little bit as it went right down to the very last night?
It did a little bit, but I think I just didn't get the chances against Dunster. I think it was in my own hands to win, and at the end of the day, if I didn't get through, I didn't get through.
Well, I'm going to let you get ready for your match against Double D, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, Jake Dylan Newlove, the Butcher. Can he butcher Dan Davey? That's going to be a really interesting matchup. And Mad Dog, glad to join me. And what did you think that went well? It went well at the start in that first match against Jason, didn't it? What happened at the end?
I just didn't get the. I think it's consistency. Obviously, with my injury and everything, I'm just coming into a bit more form now. I'm putting a bit more time on the table, so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the start anyway. So, but the last couple of frames, it went a little bit dodgy. It's nice to get over the line and get the win, but I'm happy with the draw at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I mentioned in the betting office to Gary about this hand condition that you've got. And a couple of months ago, you was a little bit down and out and you were sort of feeling sorry for yourself and that. But you seem in really good spirits tonight.
Yes, yeah.
Do you really think that you could really go on and win this group?
Yeah, quite possibly, yeah, if I carry on playing them first 3 frames like I did. I didn't miss a ball, so I had 3 dishes. I dry break, got to work on my break a little bit. It's not quite coming off at the moment, but I might mix it up a little bit, see what happens.
And last time in event 2, you finished second in your group. Do you really think you can go on and win this group?
Well, of course, you've got to believe, haven't you, to achieve. So, yeah, if it all goes well, then I can still do it on the table. So, yeah.
And I've sort of mentioned to a few players, etc., about yourself. You was one of the up-and-coming players that was really going through the rankings, and you've sort of come a little bit stagnant now. Do you feel like you've got the buzz now to take it on another step further?
Yeah, well, with my injury as well, I missed quite a few tours in the past couple of seasons. I got up to number 18 in the rankings. I was knocking on the top 16. And now I've moved down the ranking because I've missed quite a few tours. But this season I'm back on it, fully committed. And I'm going to do some good.
Well, that's good to hear because you're one of the great characters of our tour. And good luck for your next match.
Thanks,
anyway.
Mark. Thank you.
Well, there's Mad Dog, Miles Deluse. Good to see him back and playing some great stuff on the table. And somebody else playing some pretty good stuff on the table is Jason Hill. Do you think you are playing some good stuff?
Well, I hadn't been putting in any time whatsoever, really, up until certainly for the last few years.
Oh, come on.
No, I honestly, genuinely, but the last few months I've put in. I'd say I kept my eye in, and I can see improvements. I can see it coming back to, let's say, my better days. But to be honest, the first match, if you scrutinise it, if you look down on it, I think I've made one minor error in the whole match.
You broke.
Well, to be honest, I thought I broke well. I thought they split well, and one just didn't go down. And the first 4 were either, I've reversed dished, and then he's had 3 on the trot where they weren't bad breaks from me. I think they were good breaks. The 5th frame he broke down, and then I cleared first visit. So I didn't make a mistake in the first 5 frames. didn't make one mistake, and I'm losing 3-2. And then the last frame, I've made one very minor error, but I've got away with it, and then I've cleared up that first opportunity. So I've done about as good as I can do, really, under the circumstances. But I've had 3 dry breaks. It's tough. It's tough skill.
Well, that's a great analysis of your match, and that saves me a job, to be honest. We can be enough and move on.
Well, I'm good at talking.
One question I wanted to ask you is that you did say that you didn't play a lot last season. Have you sort of got the bug back to play some really competitive ball this season?
Well, the TV events, they help because they do give you the bug. They make you want to play. And obviously in the past, through the past 20-odd years, there's not been a lot of TV events. And ultimately, I mean, my aim is probably to be as good at pool as I am at talking, because I'm a machine at that. And that's what I aim to be tonight.
Absolutely. One stat about the way that you played Event 2 last time. You played all 18 frames, and you're one of the very few players that did that. And you started off again by playing all 6 frames. Are we going to see you playing all 18 frames again tonight?
I mean, I don't think I've got the flair that some of the players have got, but I'm dogged. I don't give in. And I mean, the first event, I mean, one minor, because I drew the first game against Miles in the first event, 3-all, believe it or not. And then I played Gareth Hibbert, who we know how good he is, and I was 2-0 up, and the shot clock, there was just one shot position, choice of shot, and probably if he had another 30 seconds, I think I'd have gone 3-0 up. And then it's a totally different game. I've probably got the outside of the group last. But ifs, buts and maybes, That's why I'm in event 3 and he's in the grand final, Gareth.
Well, Jason, thanks very much. I'm going to let you prepare for your next match. Obviously, you're going to be chatting to a few of the players while you're downstairs as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be doing that. I'm good at that.
Good luck on your next 2 matches.
Thank you.
Anyway. Well, Jason, it's good to see him back, and he's playing some good stuff, even though he's telling me a few lies. But we're going to be back after this commercial break with Dan Davey against Jake Dylan Newlove. Who is going to win that one? I think it's going to be a draw.
Our second match in this group, and a chance to see the outright favorite, Double D, Dan Davey, but up against that Mark Pickworth, gentleman that Mark Pickworth says is going to be a handful, to say the very least. He's an amateur, but one of the best ones around, Jake Dylan Newlove. And so settle in. It's going to be a clash, and it's going to be a good one.
Champions Cup Event 3, Group C match, best of 6 frames. First frame, Dan Davey to break. Time running.
And Mark, if you're in the chair, you had a chance to chat with the boys just leading up to these matches, and good group of guys, aren't they? And they kind of look like they're all very relaxed, but that may be just an outward look.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. They are very relaxed. They've all had a bit of a giggle and a bit of a laugh about just before they've come live on their matches, and they're a good bunch of guys. I think that's the good thing about the pool community. They all stick together, and they all like to have a good chat about things that are going off. Not all about pool. They'll have a chat about what's going off in their personal lives, etc. And yeah, good bunch of guys.
Extension, please.
Now, Dan, a cafe owner, and the cafe is called Switch. Makes a great breakfast, I'm told. I may take him up on that one day. But if Jake Dylan Newlove is, in fact, they call him the butcher. If he is, in fact, a butcher, these guys could well be discussing a little business out there.
No, he's not. He's not a butcher to disappoint your story there. So I don't think there's going to be any partnerships occurring tonight.
Don't be shattering my dreams of a real good dinner at Dan's place. Yeah. So he is the butcher then, because he takes no prisoners, I guess.
Yeah, he won't tell us the full story. We've asked him on our previous episode, back in May, and he wouldn't tell us. So we didn't want to push him too hard. Anyway, he's back performing again for us here, and I can't wait to see him sort of perform against Dan Davey, of all players.
Well, Dan's just looking now. He's got the first opportunity, a good break. You mentioned how strong his break was. One of the best that we've seen to this stage. Well, now he's going to need to show us a little bit of cue ball control. And a couple tricky reds. He's got this one bottom right, and the angle will drop onto one of the other two. Just depends on the speed with which he plays it.
10 seconds.
He looks good. Early indications. Well, a man who was 4-6 on to win the group. Possible value. If 4-6 to win a group can ever be seen as value.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I think Gary, he said he's seen 11-8 or something like that, and definitely a higher price for him. But he looks really in good form, Dan Davey. He played some great stuff in event 1.
Again, all about the speed. He's got to just jack up a little bit because he's got to
10 seconds.
Get that cue ball to the left of that yellow. Played that to perfection. Dream start for Double D, just exactly what he would have wanted. Plants Jake Dylan-Newlove in his seat with a break and dish. Oh, what a great start. And played some nice positional play. Took the more difficult of the two reds, if for no other reason, just to make the clearance a little easier. But that'll go a long ways to settle Dan into this match, give him a little bit of confidence. Always nervy out there, first couple frames. Just love to get that back arm flowing. And now down to Jake.
Frame 2. Jake Dylan-Newlove to break.
Well,
Drilling 1
he
frame
knows
0.
Dan's in shape
Time running.
now. Well, what can he provide? Frame number 2.
Wow.
Well, great break, but it looks like the table's tilted to one edge. Look at all the colors up in the top right corner. Everything crowded. And this would be some kind of performance to take these out.
Yeah, I think at first glance he's got to take these reds, because that red that's sort of near that top right-hand pocket, if he can find the gap there, he might be able to get the red that's on the right-hand cushion out.
I was taking your advice, Mark. Reds it is.
Yeah, and this is pretty much the key positional shot. He needs to find the gap. I can't see another red that he needs to get on. Needs to find this gap.
Well, I think he has. And now with a deep draw shot, he's got a chance to even develop that tricky one nearest the cushion.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Do any of that top
10
red, does that
seconds.
pass into the left centre? Possibly not. Or does it?
No, the way he's played, it must. It certainly didn't look like it from our camera angle, did it?
No, it doesn't. He still doesn't now that I'm keep looking at it. And, well, there's no one that knows better. That's Jake Dylan-Newlove. He's right behind the shot. Was he?
10 seconds.
Is he playing a double?
was never going to be easy. Obviously, Jake saw the value in attempting a high-risk double. And he's not left and anything easy.
No, he hasn't. He's had such a
10
clever
seconds.
cue ball there. He'll be a little bit disappointed the black's stuck in there.
In the times that I've seen Dan play, he shows me that he's got all parts to his game, too. He's ranked number 11 on the IPA Tour, and he doesn't mind what sort of play unfolds, whether it's an attacking, aggressive style. He can play that game, but he doesn't mind getting stuck in with the tactical battle either. Great red there from Jake.
Yeah, what a brilliant shot that is. Just shows what confidence this player is really playing to. And he's not scared of anybody, I can tell you that.
Not with a nickname like the Butcher, he's
10
not.
seconds.
I thought you'd be onto that. Oh. Well, this is a horrible shot if he tries to cut this one back. That's all he's got on.
10 seconds.
Oh.
Well, that was some kind of shot on the red. And he smiles, but he knows he's been unlucky. Deserved a better fate after such a great shot.
Yeah, and all that table to land and he lands there. That's unbelievable.
10
Playing it off the jaw.
Foul.
Well, that foul will prove costly.
What is it? Time running.
You know, all he's got to do is just take this one and look at the remaining yellows. From this position, I'd almost bet Danny could turn the cue around and play it with the butt end and he'd get out.
Yeah, you're right, Jim. He'll make light work of these. He really will. It's going to be Dan Davey to break next as well. And we know how well he's been breaking. Got to feel the worst now for Jake Deluse already.
No, that is a slight mistake. Just nodding his head. A little careless there, really.
Yeah, it was.
Attention, please.
I mean, does it? I think it still clips into the right centre. But Dan, he'll know best. He's right on top of the shot. Is he going to play the double? Is he going to try and clip it in the top right? Risky.
Well, regardless, he's got to get all those negative thoughts out of his mind because this should have been straightforward. Just played the shot a little too carefree.
It's a double.
What a double it is. He had to get it because they were there for the take, and it's a 2-0 lead. Double D over the Butcher. Dan to break in frame number 3 to look to increase that lead. Well, that would have been hazardous had he missed this double because it really was all there. But great shot from Jake Deluse and just a little more pace, and that cue ball would have found space and left the black available. As it is, it was easy pickings for the cafe owner.
Yeah, you've got to say though, Jake was really unlucky to land behind that yellow. All the table and lands behind there. It's unbelievable what this game can do to you.
Frame 3. Dan Davey to break, leading 2 frames to 0. Time running.
Well, he'd love to have a good break here, get that third frame under his belt, secure at least a draw. I mean, that's the initial goal. And then you set your sights higher. Well, still enjoying a huge success rate with the break.
Yeah, but look at these yellows. These are landed lovely.
Extension, please.
Yeah, where's he starting?
Bottom left, I think. Then he'll have one in the right centre.
Long distance. And cueing from that side cushion. One good shot required. Oh, nicely played. For me, those tests of cueing, especially when you're cueing along the side of the cushion, you really have to stay still. These top players make those shots look easy, Mark. They're not.
No, they're far from easy, Jim. And you can soon cue across them. Like you said, it's got to be so accurate with the cueing. And again, what a great shot that was. That weren't easy.
He knows he's got the plant up to the top right. Just showing you with his cue where he wants to try and get that white ball back to.
10 seconds.
Well, that's about where he left the cue. Now, not so much about potting the yellow nearest the corner, but landing on the last one. Again, nicely played.
Yeah, it is nicely played. He's got to be careful with this. Just don't want to hit this red wrong, otherwise he'll be covered, or the white will be loose. Needs to judge this right.
10 seconds. Total snooker.
Total snooker awarded from my referee, Brian Ross, but certainly Jake has to have edged near the chair thinking he's getting out of it, and he's not. Oh, what an effort. Great try from Dan Davey. And, well, he has covered the pocket with that one red, but so very nearly the shot of the night.
Yeah, he did well enough to hit it because it was a tough one cushion escape at distance. So nearly potted it as well. Oh, what a turn up that would have been. But he's going to be struggling now. He can play this as a one cushion escape, but possibly he needs to play it as a 2.
10 seconds.
Playing at 1 brings that top left-hand pocket into play.
Foul.
That one?
Exactly that one, Jim.
1 free shot, 1 visit.
Yeah, I just thought he should have played that off 2 cushions.
Time running.
Played with a little bit of run inside. he would have not gone in off them.
Yeah, and this is going to be like shooting fish in a barrel for Jake, too.
Well, he needs to get this first shot right. Looks like he's trying to do two things in one here. Going to get this one off the bottom cushion as well. That's not too bad. That could have gone wrong.
Sometimes when the balls are there for the taking, it can be a little bit more pressure packed because and everyone that's watching knows you're supposed to win from here.
Yeah, you are. These should be bread and butter to these top players. No more than Jake Deluse. He's one of them top players. He looks very, very calm on the table here tonight. He means some business.
Little angle on this red. Looks to be perfect just to take that cue ball out for his choice of the remaining two.
Looks like he's a little bit short of pace. He wanted the one in the top right first. He's either going to have to play the one in the right centre with a little bit of force, which makes the pot missable. Oh, does that go top left then? I didn't think it went.
Wow. What a horrific miss that is from Jake Deluse. And what a gift. Christmas come early for Dan Davey.
Frame.
And 3-0 confirmed. Yeah, he's got to put the miss out of his mind, as Jake. That was a bad one. I don't think he had a full pocket, Mark, and I think he had no choice the way that he played the third last, because he left himself where he didn't want to have to force that one into the side pocket. So very nearly the shot of the night. But he still secured the third frame, and with it, no worse than a draw.
Yeah, that's a huge error there from Jake, and how is he going to recover from that? He might not even get a chance to recover from it. One thing he needs to do first is get a ball off the break, and he definitely needs to get this frame on the board.
Time running.
Table looks like it's breaking a lot better for both of these players than it did in our first match. You know, Jason Hill, he couldn't buy a ball off the break.
No, he couldn't. But what you see about Jake and Dan, they've got big breaks, a lot bigger than Jason and Miles. And that could be a crucial factor in the outcome of tonight's matches.
Key to success in any sport is having a short memory. You know, it'll be down to Jake now to forget that bad miss on that color in the preceding frame.
Ten seconds. The Extension, please.
Well, I like the fact that sorry, Mark, I like that he's thinking very aggressively, though. You know, given the circumstances, he really needs to put a little bit of impetus in his game here, and that's exactly what he's just done. What a shot there.
Yeah, he's worked that one out well. And how well have they come out as well? Exactly how he played it. He's okay there. I thought he was running a little bit shorter pace. A little bit of a stretch though now.
Well, this is just the tonic for an ailing Jake Dillon Newlove. A break and clearance. Keeps him in the hunt. And down it goes. Superb. Back to 3-1. He's going to sit in his chair, though, and see if Double D continues on with the success rate of his break. But it's a 3-1 advantage for Dan Davey. But this was the shot of that frame. Opened everything up. Beautifully played.
What do you call that shot, Jim? Is it a 2-ball plant cannon?
Well, definitely. 2-ball plant, cannon.
Well executed, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, very well worked out. Dan anxiously awaiting the cue ball. He wants to get at it.
Time running.
Surprised me, said that he hated commentating. I would think commentating, you get a chance to see all these top players, and you never stop learning, do you?
No, you don't.
It was more of a sarcastic remark.
Yeah, it was. Oh, and that white nearly lost its weight.
But again, ball down. Yeah, almost kicked into the side pocket. That would have been unfortunate.
Extension, please.
I think is he blocked by the jaw for the one in the top right-hand pocket? Because if it is, because these reds are easy. Can he see enough of that red? He's having another look.
He had a huge smile on his face while he was waiting for you to come out and do the interviews, Mark. He looked so relaxed. Well, every chance now.
Well, he's not got the angle here. He's near enough going to have to keep that white ball near that side cushion, which could make positional play on his next red, trying to get to the red after that. He's going to need to draw this back a bit.
10 seconds.
Well, your wish is his command. That's perfect now.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm just wondering with this next shot, he's going to be drawing this back, but he was going to be going away from his red. How much of he's got an angle here to get as straight as possible on his final red?
Just didn't quite cue that as sweetly as he intended. Still on the red. Again, now he's just got to be a little more careful with where that cue ball's headed.
10 seconds.
Yeah, you don't want to overhit this or otherwise he'll be snookered. Looks like he's got this white in a great place. Gonna have to play it off the yellow though.
Oh, beautifully played. Dan Davey, a 4-1 winner over Jake Dylan in a match that looked like it was going to be very close indeed. Well, Double D, he'd have nothing to know about it. A 4-1 win, convincing, and he has definitely let everybody know he is the man to beat in this group.
Yeah, I think that mistake there, Jim, I think it was on frame 3, wasn't it, Mark, what Jake did? And that was the, when he went 3-0, it could have easily went 2-1, couldn't it?
Yeah, he should have done, and then he'll have a chance to get to 2-2, and then it could have been a sort of different outcome. Yeah. But Dan Davey played some great stuff at the start. Just his positional play, as you just sort of seen towards the end of that match, is probably letting him down. So he's going to have to tighten that up, because Miles or Jason, they're going to give him a run for his money as well.
Yeah, I can see what you said in the previous, when he was top of on the break-offs, wasn't he, Dan?
Yeah.
You know, group 1, event 1, weren't he? And you could see there as well. He never had no dry breaks at all, did he, Dan, Mark?
No, he got one off each of his breaks, and that's exactly what you need to do at this level. And if he continues to do that, he's going to be a clear winner.
Yeah, so if Dan stays on there for the next match, doesn't he? But who's he up against now? The gamble of the day, isn't it? Everyone's played, haven't they, today on Jason Hill, and he's going to be odds on Dan Davey. But Jason Hill round about 11-4, 5-2 he was, Jason, to beat Dan Davey, and that's where all the money's gone today. I don't know why. 7-1 into 9-2, Jason Hill, but well, this match against Dan Davey, this to tell you, if the punters have got this one right, well, I'll take my hat off to them. So have a look at our betting partners. Don't forget, you've got 3 minutes from now for our next match. Dan Davey's going to be odds on against, well, Jason Hill, the gamble of the day. See you in 3 minutes.
Champions Cup Event 3, Group C match. Best of 6 frames. First frame, Dan Davey to break. Time running.
Big chance now for Dan Davey to make an impact in this group. He's already won his first match, 4-1 over Jake Dylan, and a one-sided victory here over Jason Hill, and he could be the man of the moment. And wow, would you believe it? A dry break from Dan Davey, the first one we've seen tonight.
Yeah, and a few balls there threatened the pocket, but hasn't dropped. And I did say, if his break stops working, it could be a bit of a struggle. So, Jason, I think he's playing some great stuff, cueing well as well. Even though he says he hasn't been practicing, I guarantee he's getting some sneaky practice in somewhere.
Well, they all love playing on television. The buzz that the TV arena and a tournament like this gets into players, who wouldn't want to be out there? They relish this. And nothing is more satisfying, Mark, than going out there and
10 seconds.
In front of friends, family, and fans, performing well when you know you're a little nervous, That's why we play. Couldn't have landed any worse.
No, he's had a couple of times like that where it's just like the run of the ball isn't going for him, and we see it again. He's struggling here. I think he's going to have to play like a cross double. If he can get enough power into it, and he's trying to move the red safe. That's a good shot.
Yeah, you know, when Jason played his first match against Miles Deluse, both of them looked in great form at the early going of that match, but they both struggled in the end game. They got down to where it really mattered, and they both started to labor. I wonder if Jason has carried that with him into this one. Even though for him, that 3-3 draw against Miles, well, that put him in good stead because he was 3-1 down at one point there.
Here he was. Needs an angle now, Dan does. Can he get an angle to get that red out near the black? That's what he'd be looking for.
Ten seconds.
Chance here to try and move that red.
Yeah, this is exactly what he needs to do now. Problem is, he needs to make sure he hits the red full ball. Is that yellow just in the way? Possibly.
It was never going to be straightforward. It was a tall order, but it was one that an in-form Dan Davey would have probably capitalized on.
Well, he was pulling a few faces there, Jim. I think he wanted to obviously play the yellow he's nearest to into the bottom left. So he's sort of rerouting now. Just needs to leave himself an angle so he can get up to the table. Shouldn't be a problem.
Well, I'll be curious to see how he plays this. Just leave the space for the black. Yes, that's what he's elected to do, and he's short of pace, so he may have to try and double this, and I'm not sure that's on.
He's got to clip this. I don't think the double's on. He's going to have to clip this. This is mighty thin. And that clock is ticking down. He's under a bit of pressure.
10 seconds.
Well, that is awful, Jim. Just played a containing shot, but it's a good one. But one fluke here, and Dan Davey will be in.
It is not a total done.
No, you sure? Extension?
Extension, please.
Dan asking for an extension, just wants to think about this. No choice, really. He's going to try and hit the red to snooker Jason. He needs a full contact. And has he got it?
No, I don't think he has.
Neither does Jason. He's looking at it.
It's just whether he can hit enough of it to pot it.
Well, Dan plays this in a way to take that right cushion away.
10 seconds.
No. Well, it was risky, but it was a risk he felt he had to take, and it's going to cost him the frame. Tried to get in tight to that red and take the easy hit escape away from Jason Hill. Didn't do it, so it's the top of the bill that secures the opener. 1-0 over Dan Davey. But not necessarily the conventional path to winning that frame. He left Dan a lot of chances.
Yeah, he did. And it's probably the first scruffy frame we've had of the night, and haven't received too many more of them.
Well, the dry break, too, from Dan at the start. Even more of a concern. We'll see if Jason, who broke 3 times in the opener, all dry, so he's 0 for 3 in that department. We'll see if he can figure it out.
Leading 1 frame to 0. Time running.
Just wondering, Jim, if he pots one, are we going to see a bit of emotion? We're definitely going to see some. Yes.
Well, first time.
Yeah, it's not landed too bad for him here. I mean, the clock's ticking down. Put this yellow onto red to play the straightforward plant. Just needs to drop it in.
That red, here's the center of the table surrounded by the yellows. That's going to be a problem for him.
Yeah, it is. He has got a couple of red balls after the one he takes in this bottom right-hand corner. So it's just about making sure he leaves the right angle so we can go up and dislodge it. I mean, I'm just wondering, does that red pass into the left centre? I don't think it does.
I wonder if it passes the yellow into the right center as we look.
Well, if it does, he ain't got all the pocket. I mean, the other option, does it pass into the top right-hand corner? The more I keep looking at it, the more I think it's on.
Now, we're going to find out, because if it does go, he's looking right now. I think, like you said, Mark, maybe the top half of the pocket. And that's going to be the game plan.
Yeah, but does that make position on the black harder? Has he got much of an angle to do anything with the white? Has he got to force it in? Because you feel like he needs to play this at like just dropping it in. Or does it just go clearly? That is awful.
Well, so much for that. And Jason Hill is playing himself
Frame.
into the driver's seat. 2-0. He leads our event favorite, Dan Davey. Well, Gary said that there was a lot of money taken on Jason Hill to win this group, and at a very big price. He closed at 9-2. A lot of people got 7-1. Jason Hill, you may be getting a few extra Christmas cards in the mail. You win this event. A long way to go yet, though. And you know Double D is going to have a little bit more to say before this one's over. That was a very good finish. Break and finish. First time he's made a ball off the break is Jason, and he wasted little time in taking it home.
Break, trailing 2-0. Time running. Timeout.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's got. Mark got a ball off the break, but I think his facial expression kind of tells us
Touch and
that
ball. Time
the
running.
way everything's finished, we get precious little with which to attack.
Yeah, he has. And he just knows one miss here and he'll just give this frame to Jason Hill because these balls are wide open.
10 seconds.
Does he feel like he's got to take these on? With the way he's playing this shot, he's going all out for this.
And he did. Hit it good. It's not quite good enough. So one good shot to start from Jason. And he's going to have this frame at his mercy.
Yeah, and you really can't see a problem here, especially after he took out that last finish. There's no reason why he can't take these out. Wow.
Well, he's got to get onto that yellow, the top end of the table as we look. It's only available to the left corner.
Yeah, and that's the reason why he wanted to take the one in the right middle before the one he just took then. So he's had to reroute here because he had an easy path then. But now he's struggling a little bit here. Needs a nice angle after this shot. I think he's finished straight.
So does he.
Ten seconds.
Well, he tried to get around it. Clipped it. And now he may have nothing but a double. He's got the long yellow if it goes to the bottom right, but doesn't afford position. So it's going to be a double, all or nothing. Dan will want to take these reds out in short order.
Extension.
Get on to frame number 4. It'll be Jason Hill to break, though.
Well, this white ball's a bit wild. That's a very loose shot. Just hit that jaw and that took him out of position. Big shot.
Great effort there. He's left himself pretty simple plant here, but that was a great effort on that long red.
Not quite over the line yet here, Jim. He's got a little bit shorter pace again.
Couldn't have played that one any better. And Dan is going to take his first frame. 2-1 still to Jason Hill. But very important frame, that one for Double D. He had to get it. He did. So he's still on mark. He's going to have to sit back and relax and see what Jason comes up with in frame number 4.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be down now to how both of these players just handles this pressure, because this is getting really sort of like a little bit of needle now.
Frame 4. Jason Hill to break, leading 2 frames to 1. Time running.
Wow, look at them reds.
I mean, that's the type of break when you're sitting in your chair, you perk up just to see where everything is, and then you settle back in, because that is as good a break as we've seen.
Yeah, followed up with a very loose shot there. I mean, he's still okay, but it definitely could be a lot easier now. He's having to do sort of things with the cue ball he didn't want to be doing. Needs that to go a little bit more. He's going to be leaving himself a longish black possibly. Can he just draw this back?
Cued that one nice. Black into the center for a 3-1 advantage and assurance of, at worst, another draw. All laid down by a terrific break. Jason Hill, 3-1 ahead of Dan Davey. Yeah, if he could harness a few more breaks like that, he would take some stopping. And he knows he's got at least one more break, so one more bite. Dan Davey will break in the next, but Jason Hill in prime position to take this match and the lead in the group.
Frame 5, Dan Davey to break, drilling 3 frames to 1. Time running.
No time like the present to return the favor with a perfect break here.
That is the last roll. It really is. You can just see Jason laughing as well in the background. I bet he's sick as a pig, to be honest. Oh, look at that.
Nothing more than willpower from Dan Davey, seeing that red drop.
Yeah, you've got to say it's finished a little bit awkward for him again. Not as easy as Jason's clearance in the previous frame.
But they're available. One good shot, positionally wise, to leave that yellow to the right center, because I think it is available.
Yeah, it's not available with a white ball there, though, I don't think. I think he had a lot of room for error there as well. That's a bit careless.
Yeah, I think he's acknowledging just that, Mark. That was his best chance to get on that yellow. Now he's going to have to provide us with a little bit of Dan Davey magic.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about that yellow that's there, that right centre. I think even if you finish low on it, I think it still pots into the right centre. That's the good thing about it. Wow.
Well, there have been a couple of moments of just pure carelessness from Dan in this match. He'll be the first to acknowledge that. That was totally unexpected. And that's too straight for Jason's liking.
Yeah, it looks like he's landed straight. It looks like he's going to have to draw this back. Play it with some reverse side. Come off this cushion. Let's watch the action on this one.
10 seconds.
Yeah, this framing over here.
Ten seconds.
It's going to be another twist.
Well, he obviously overhit that one. Much too close to his work. So it's just defense. At least that's what he was looking at there. Just flick the red, cue ball off the cushion and back close to where it sits now.
Yeah, this is going to be a very useful shot if he gets this right.
Total snooker.
One cushion escape.
Yeah, it's a big target, them two yellows in the middle of the table there. You'd expect him to hit one of them. Surely he can't go through the gap.
That keeps the pressure on Jason Hill, too.
Yeah, you've got to say it's going to be hard for him to hide the cue ball anywhere. He needs to hit this thin as possible on the right-hand side, trying to cover it with the reds here, look. He's trying to cover the bottom left-hand corner. Pretty useful shot, but left the one over the bottom right.
Ten seconds.
Not terribly bothered, simply because that isn't the worst miss in the world. He's knocked that red closer to the yellow, a pocket that is guarded by one of Dan's. So he really is in
10 seconds.
a formidable position in this frame.
Yeah, and you've got to say he's played that shot to push that red over the corner, and Jason wanted to get it out, and he's just put it straight back in a very similar position.
Yeah, this might be the time for Dan to try and get at that difficult yellow. If he's got one that he can play, that he feels offers position. If not, well, he's going for it. He must feel that that yellow is available. Well, he hasn't dropped nicely onto another one, has he?
No, he's overhit that by a good foot or so. He wanted to play that yellow he's closest to now, in the middle of the table into the left centre, so he could drift up table. So he's rerouting.
10 seconds.
Yeah, another wayward cue ball by at least a foot or so.
Yeah, you just feel this clearance is getting away from him now. Is he going to get back into position? Great shot.
Yeah, he's just totally retrieved that. Didn't even look like that yellow was on from where he took the cue ball, but what a good effort from Dan Davey. And what a time for it. You know, gets back to 3-2. Still a possibility of another draw. Dan and Jason, you can tell they're pretty good friends, I think, Mark. You know, have a lot of conversation out there.
Well, one of them
Jason
has a lot
speaks-
of conversation.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, he confessed talker, but I think he's the type of player, he probably gets on with everybody, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Great character, he really is. And, yeah, it's good to see him back and enjoying his game. But once again, Jim, he's playing 6 frames. I had him in his interview. He played all 18 frames in his previous group, and he's already played 6 frames in his first match, and he's playing
Final
6
frame.
frames again in his second match.
Jason Hill to break, leading 3 frames to 2. Time running.
Oh, he's got no prior engagements, so he's stuck in for the duration. Frame number 6.
There's one thing I'm pleased of, though, Jim. At least I don't have to talk to him about this second match. We'll be there all night.
Well, in a dry break.
Bless him.
After the break that he showed us prior, you know, what a time for a dry one now.
Extension, please.
Yeah, and look, first glance, the yellows are nice, but the black's tied up. So is he going to take the yellow and try and pump the black out a little bit? Or does he just go all out attack for the reds? The reds are horrible. Yeah, I think with the black, he can also play it off that red into the top right-hand corner, so I can't see it being a problem now.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. That's just what I was looking at. I think Dan has seen that
10 seconds.
as a clear-cut chance to get that black. But he has been a bit wayward with the cue ball, so he's got to put that under wraps.
Yeah, you've got to say, though, he's been rattled in this match. And if he comes away here getting a point, he'll feel very lucky. Because Jason, he should have wrapped this match up.
Seconds.
Well, you know it's going to come down to that shot on the black. And where he lands on his last yellow to dictate how he goes at it.
Yeah, he needs to get up past the middle part of the table, so he wants to be up above the middle pocket, so he leaves himself straight on this yellow. Somewhere about there, Jim.
Would you favor him to get this, Mark? You'd almost have to, wouldn't you? This has to be close. Oh, he's made it. A great shot and a great clearance and a timely one from Double D. Ekes out the draw. So it's 2 played and 2 draws for Jason Hill and a draw and a win. Dan Davey in the driver's seat in this event and looking strong.
Yeah, I think them bookie boys have got it right, Jim, now with Dan Davey. Now he's on 3, isn't he, Mark? So if he beats Miles in his last match...
Yeah, I mean, this group's very interesting. And Miles, he could easily go through as a group winner as well. And Jason, he's not out of it. He's got 2 draws. Anything can happen in these final matches now.
Yeah, I thought Jason was going to win that when he went 3-1.
Yeah, he got 2 draws last time, and he should have got over the line there. Should have got that. That would have been his first win in this tournament, because he had 2 draws and 1 loss last time. And so far, he's got 2 draws so far this time.
Balls haven't been running for Jason.
No, not off the break, and he's had some good clearances though, and it's just about doing them at the right times, especially in this race to 4 format.
But what Dan done there, he come back really well, didn't it? And that point was really, really needed, wasn't it? Because now he knows if he's on 5 points, 9 times out of 10 you should win it, shouldn't you?
Yeah, he will do. Yeah, he'll go through with 5 points, and I just thought he got rattled a little bit. Jason really rattled him there, and maybe we were just seeing a little bit of damage in his armour.
Really? Oh, well, we got next then coming up now, haven't we? We've got who we got next? Here we come. Got Miles against Jake. You was disappointed with Jake in that first match, weren't you, Mark?
Yeah, a little bit, and I think it just a couple of. Well, I mean that bad pot into with the red into the top left-hand corner. He should have got that, but it was just down to the poor positional shot previous to that. But Miles against Jake Dylan Newlove, they've got a previous match. They played in the World Championships, and Jake won that 3 sets to 0. And so this one's going to be interesting. Can Jake pull it back? Yeah, he can. He's a good enough player.
I was just looking at some of our betting partners. They go 3-1 Miles to win this match against Jake. 3-1. That's big, isn't it?
That's too big. Yeah.
Too big. You've heard something here now. 3 minutes. We'll see it live. But Mark said it's too big. Miles at 3-1. It might be bigger. Get on with our betting partners and you'll find the value. We'll see you in 3 minutes.
Champions Cup Event 3, Group C match, best of 6 frames. First frame, Miles Deluse to break. Time running.
It's a huge match, this one for Jake Dylan Newlove. It's a match he has to win to have any chance to proceed past the group stage. And Miles Deluse, well, he had a draw in his starter against Jason Hill. So a win for him would put him level in terms of points with Dan Davey, right now the group leader. So this match, a lot of ramifications. And they heavily favor Miles Deluse. For me, I have to agree with Mark
10 seconds.
that this man could prove them all wrong. He looked good, didn't he, Mark, the early stages, Jason? He just a couple of hiccups against Dan Davey, and Dan Davey played very strong.
Yeah, he did towards the end of that match, and Jason, he'll be kicking himself a little bit, I'm sure, and yeah, it's definitely one that's got away from him. But Dan Davey dodged a bullet. He's top of the table now. But if Miles Deluse beats Jake Dylan Newlove here 4-0, he will go top of the table on frame difference.
He certainly had his moments in his match against Dan Davey. Well, he's not blocked the pocket, hasn't provided anything to give him the initiative here. This is a chance very early for Miles, and he looked super strong against Jason Hill in the early going of their clash.
10 seconds.
You chat with Miles too when you were doing the player interviews, Mark. I think he let everybody know that he's feeling a lot better now. The injury, long well past, and probably putting a lot of time in on the practice table.
10 seconds.
Yeah, and it's good to see him back in good spirits as well, because I saw him when he was really struggling with it, and he was really down. But he's back. The mad dog, Miles Deluse, is back.
Mad Dog versus the Butcher. I feel like we're watching a wrestling match.
Yeah, both of these players are very steady around the table. And they really play some great stuff.
You know, what I've enjoyed about the play tonight, too, is every player in this group goes for the game. No, they don't really get bogged down. If they've got a chance to win, they take it on.
Seconds.
Yeah, but with this format, Jim, that's what you've got to do. You really have. You can't come here playing negative stuff because you'll get beat up.
Good recovery with that double. Still got a tricky red into the center, and he knows he's going to be long distance on that 8.
Seconds.
Very big shot in the opening frame. Dead center of the pocket. Great performance, that one from Miles. Securing frame number 1. As Mark Pickworth has already let you know, a 4-0 win over Jake here would put Miles top of the table by frame differential. He knows it. So he's one step towards that goal.
Frame 2. Jake Dillon New love to break. Trailing 1-0. Time running.
We'll see if Jake can try and put it right. Cue ball control has not been his friend in the matches yet. You get the feeling that he's like a thoroughbred that just wants to run. You just got to let him go.
Yeah, Raven, he's broke well in this in these matches so far. And this isn't a bad break. Just got to dislodge a couple of them.
Extension, please.
But we all know, Jim, when we start dislodging and moving balls, things can go wrong.
Just surveying the situation right now. It's got that tricky red nearest the yellow.
10 seconds.
Oh, has he lost the cue ball again?
Yeah, he has. And I think, for me, he's gone the wrong way here. I mean, can he get through to this in the red? He'll be lucky if he is.
10 seconds.
But his next shot is going to be horrible.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Now, if this red passes to the top right corner, may have half a pocket. Boy, what a little exhibition of shot making we've seen here from Jake. And obviously it's got half a pocket. Oh, beautifully played into the right center of that pocket. And this is what Jake Dillon Newlove is capable of. We've waited for it. And finally, it's come. 1-1 against Miles Deluse. But a red that he's got just the right half of the pocket. He couldn't have struck it any better.
No, he couldn't. And like I said, Jimmy, he nudged into balls and it nearly went wrong. It's quite an elegant little swerve. And just putting that on in the top left-hand corner. And then the red afterward, it was tremendous. Great clearance.
Yeah, and he had to play some unorthodox shots, certainly there too. But
Frame 3. Miles Deluse to
Miles will
break.
be firmly
Offside,
focused.
1 frame all.
As a
Time
player,
running.
you don't get ahead of yourself. Each shot, each frame, you can only really worry about what is in your control. Yeah, try to will a ball down. Two of them looked like they were going to find pockets, and neither of them did. So a chance again for Jake. As I said at the outset, it's a match that Jake Dylan Newlove has to win to have any chance to win the group.
10 seconds. Extension, please.
And certainly that last frame has to help his confidence. One of the better clearances we've seen. Now, is he on this red to play this red onto the black and to the red top right? Well, that's what he tried. I feel in watching Jake, he's got all the parts in terms of shot making ability. I just think he lacks a little bit in experience at this level, Mark, and against better players. The more that he gets chances to play against them, I think the more of a formidable player he's going to become.
Yeah, I've got to slightly agree with you there, definitely. And I mean, he can play some good stuff when things are going for him. But I suppose it's just about how he overcomes when things aren't going that great for him. He just needs to learn how to adapt to a different sort of style.
Ten seconds. Extension, please.
Yeah, this definitely deserves a little bit more thought. Wisely asking for his 30-second extension. And he'll certainly want to leave that yellow nearest the right center. That'll afford the best position to that black.
Yeah, it will. And it just looks like, is he going just slightly away from his work here? Can he hold this? Just needs to, is he taking it in the top left-hand corner to stay with the position?
He actually was perfect. And he made that yellow. Now we'll see what Jake can do with this.
Yeah, I think he's looking at just trying to play the red that's on the cushion. Trying to play that up as a plant into the top right-hand pocket. That'll make his clearance a little bit easier. That's why he's left that just there. I mean, he's missed a 3-ball plant like this. Surely he can't miss this one as well.
I played that one nice. Completely sold out to the shot. Yeah, just the sort of player for me that if he gets a little bit of confidence, he could be a handful for anybody. Steady and a 2-1 advantage. Jake Dylan Newlove over Miles Deluse. Capitalizing on that miss for Miles. And he has to be enjoying himself out there a lot more than when he was playing Dan Davey. Took a 4-1 defeat there. He's in control of this one.
Frame 4. Jake Dylan Newlove to break, leading 2 frames to 1. Time ready.
And what he wouldn't give for a good break here. A lot of power. Cue ball kicked a few times and landing near that corner hasn't left him an easy starter.
10 seconds. Extension.
No, it
phase.
hasn't. I'm just wondering if he does take these yellows, is that a plant? It looks like it goes into the far jaw. But will it drop? He'll have to play it at sort of a dead weight.
We're going to find out soon, Mark. He's dropped on the yellow below the black.
Yeah, he has, and that was a better shot than it looked. To get the pace right, he didn't have a lot of room for error. But all the work is in that top right-hand corner.
10 seconds.
Yeah, he's looking at this pretty closely now. I'll be interested to see what speed he plays this at.
Yeah, I don't think that's ideal. I mean, can he drop this yellow in and leave himself a tough yellow? Can he get anywhere near this yellow? Is he just going to cover the pocket? Oh, he's trying something spectacular here.
10 seconds.
Well, he's got a chance. He's got to get the cue ball up table, avoid contacting any reds. And it looks like try and drop on that black to the side pocket.
10 seconds.
Pretty good effort. He's given himself a chance. A dodgy black for a 3-1 lead. And once again, Jake Dylan Newlove is starting to show us what he is capable of. 3-1. Mark, you said at the start you didn't think Miles should be that big a favorite. Well, prophetic words. 3-1 he leads. And looking as solid as a rock.
Yeah, what a clearance that was, Jim. Superb. I mean, that controlled shot when he got that cue high up in the air. I mean, the way it stunned off that side cushion and just dropped onto the far cushion, and even the yellow. It wasn't easy along that cushion. Great shot. Great clearance.
There you can see the tables too. Dan Davey still top of the table here. Jake Dylan Newlove at the bottom, but what a win wouldn't do for him. Catapult ahead of these, well, certainly Miles anyway.
Frame 5.
And get right back into the
Miles
fray.
Deluse break. Trailing 3 frames to 1. Time running.
Miles crunching that break. But the clearance here is going to take some doing. And he's just been in the chair and witnessed a terrific clearance from his opponent. Wouldn't he love to send a message to the other camp right now?
Yeah, he sure would. I mean, if he's looking at these yellows, these are really, really difficult. But there's going to be an option of getting his hard yellow out. First thing he's done first is get on the yellows.
Got the angle here. Well, that couldn't have worked out a lot better.
No, it couldn't. If that yellow had dropped, this clearance would have become pretty difficult. But as that stayed there, this is a great chance now to take us into a final frame.
10 seconds.
Oh, does that go? Oh, wow. What's he done?
Ten seconds.
Well, this is pretty much exactly what Miles needed. Boy, he's gone through these quick too. He'll go back to his chair after depositing this black, getting back to 3-2, and he's going to hope for a chance in the last. But that's all he can do. Good performance, that one from Miles Deluse, and that was far from straightforward when he came to the table. But will he get a chance in frame 6? Well, stick around. We're dying to find out.
Yeah, it's another match with all 6 frames. Is this going to be the 3rd draw? Incredible, really.
Yeah, third draw out of 4 played. Draw for me, I've said it a long time ago, always looked like it was on the cards and represented value. And then we never did see many draws in the early goings, did we?
No,
Hardly any.
No, we
3
didn't.
frames to 2. Time running.
Well, I think Jake Dylan Newlove, he's got over ideas. He don't want to draw. He needs to win.
Well, this was where he faltered.
10 seconds.
He was playing Dan Davey when the balls were there and he had his chance. He couldn't put pay to it, and he's got his chance here. And they are all there. Mind you, he's given us a couple terrific clearances in this match. I just get the feeling that he's up for the task.
I think he's okay. Just a little stun shot, and then we just looked up to the heavens there. Just got to just glance this in.
10 seconds.
Well, this is the big shot into a blind pocket. His line of sight is going to be looking away from the target. But he's almost sure to drop on the last red if he gets this. Yeah, this is a different Jake Dylan Newlove than we saw against Dan Davey. And a 4-2 win over Miles Deluse gets Jake right back in the hunt. He can sit down now and stay at the table because he's going to be up against Jason Hill next. But what a performance. Looks solid. And now he is a man they've all got to contend with. Next up, Jason Hill and Jake Dylan Newlove.
Yeah, he come alive there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Alive there, Mark,
yeah, well, he's back in this now. He is. He's on 2 points, exactly the same as Jason Hill. That's going to be our next matchup. And whoever wins that will possibly have a chance of either winning the group or being one of the best runners up.
Yeah, that'd be a good match, Jason, wouldn't it?
I think
I'm
so.
just looking at the odds here, and they make Jake odds on again, and they make Jason Hill 5-2. Surely that's too big, isn't it? 5-2.
Well, he hasn't lost yet, has he, Jason Hill?
No.
He's had 2 draws.
So if
Jake's
Jason
lost
wins
one
this,
and
he
won
gets
one.
4, and then it's all on the last match with Dan Davey. If Dan Davey wins the last match, then he wins the.
But we also could have a 4-way tie and 3 points again.
No.
We can, yeah. It's possible.
Really?
The outcome is still possible.
And we had it before, didn't we?
Yeah, we have.
Do you remember that night? It was unbelievable, wasn't it? We
Yeah.
had all the good players as well in it, didn't it? It was just unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah, it can happen again tonight.
Can happen again. So Mark thinks anything could happen tonight. We'll see you in 3 minutes. Who we got here? Yeah, LD Newlove. I'm going to go with the outside. I'm going to go with Jason Hill 5-2.
Champions Cup Event 3, Group C match, best of 6 frames. First frame, Jason Hill to break. Time running.
Well, that last win by Jake Dillon-Newlove has really thrown a monkey wrench into things here. So many different permutations now, and these last two matches mean everything. And that's not the ideal start for Jason. He had the break, and he turns it right over to Newlove. And Mark, you're probably going to have to get the pen and paper out, because with each frame, all these permutations that I just alluded to, they're going to all start to take shape, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And we can probably talk about each frame, and they'll be different, each one. They really will. There's so many possible outcomes here with 2 matches left.
Yeah, but it is fun when these last few matches count for so much. And you just wonder, you started to see Jake Dillon-Newlove show some form, and you're just curious to see if he can carry it on. Now we get to the business end of tonight's play, and the pressure mounts. Every shot under the magnifying glass now.
Yeah, and I think another thing that tells us a story about this group is that we've had 23 frames out of a possible 24. Just proves how close it is.
Seconds.
Steady as she goes. He really doesn't want to try and get at that yellow nearest the red in the middle of the table. Sooner rather than later, really.
Seconds.
And that looks perfect. He can follow through with this one. Cue ball's going to contact that red, but it's going to leave a nice angle on the yellow to the side pocket. And he'll be able to drop onto the last yellow, and this is straightforward. And what a great start. And against Jason Hill's break.
Yeah, on that break, it's just deserted Jason a little bit tonight. It's been a bit of a struggle.
Frame.
Perfect start. 1-0. And when he steps on the gas, Jake Dillon-Newlove makes this game look easy. A very good cueist. And Mark, as you've noted, one of the top amateurs in the country. He's a handful for anybody.
There he is. And, he only just missed out of getting through the semi-final stage in event 1. That last night of action, and Connor Treacy just got 1 frame more than him, and that's what took Connor through. And Jake Dillon-Newlove, he had to wait for event 3, and here he is. Could be in the same predicament again.
Well, he'd love to win this match and put a lot of pressure on Dan Davey to beat Miles Deluse in the last. Because Dan really is in control of his own fate.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. If Jake Dillon-Neal had just win this 4-0, this is one of the possible outcomes. So if he did win this match 4-0, that will take him on to the same frame score, different frame difference as Dan Davey. So that would mean Dan Davey would only need a point to go through, and he would go through on head-to-head as he beat Jake Dillon-Neal of 4 frames to 1.
Got one problem ball at the top end of the table,
10 seconds.
but he's got a couple reds near it, so he's got a few options. I think here he'll try and leave an angle, and making this red to the center, try and leave an angle on that red to the top corner to dislodge that other one. And really, he needs to drop onto it.
Yeah, he's got an angle here, but we just know when you go nudging into balls, things can go wrong. Needs to get this right. It's getting away from him, this frame.
Ten seconds.
A shot. What a shot. Found a path through the yellows, secured the double, and he's given himself a chance. Still needs one good positional shot. If he can stay below these yellows and making this red. And I think he has. Oh, what a clearance this turned out to be. Well, these players have really ramped it up a notch. Fantastic clearances by both. And that one against Jake Dillon-Newlove's break. So anything you can do, I can do better. Well done, Jason Hill. And watch this double, and more importantly, watch the cue ball find the gap between the yellows. How well did he negotiate that?
Yeah, some clearance that one. It really was. Did you see the action on the cue ball? Through that gap, right through the middle as well. Brilliant clearance. Just doesn't give up, does he, Jason Hill? You just can't shake him off.
Frame 3. Jason Hill.
Yeah, he's got that
scores tied
a type of demeanor, doesn't he? He's way too relaxed and comfortable at the table. And you know he enjoys it.
No, surely not. That's unbelievable.
Kept the cue ball right down that center line.
Ten seconds.
Good opener, that one from Jake. Yeah, if Jason ends up going down to defeat, I think he'll be able to look back at the break. And at this level, Mark, it's awful hard to compete unless you've got a good break and a successful one. You just can't afford to give that away.
No, you can't. And the pool gods are against him tonight. Because he has broke very well. He's controlled that cue ball. Yeah, he's had one in off and where he got kicked into the right centre. But apart from that, it's been pretty good. But just nothing off the break.
attention, please.
Just weighing it up in his mind, the pattern to remove these yellows. This one nearest the black was always going to be the toughest one to get onto, so he's going to try and get rid of it now. Oh, you saw him up off the cue instantly. That's the first sign of nerves that we've seen in this match. We'll see if Jason Hill can capitalize and burn it into his memory banks.
Yeah, and both these players, they'll know any win from either of these will take them into that runners-up spot.
Neither player has held serve as yet.
10 seconds.
Well, that's a let off. And it could be costly. Yeah, Jason Hill with a chance there. He really could have put his foot on Jake's throat, and now he's completely let him back in, and he can forget about that missed opportunity. It's a 2-1 lead.
Frame.
Dylan Newlove up on Jason Hill.
Yeah, and he'd be pleased to get a second chance at that frame, wouldn't he? And Jason Hill be kicking himself.
Yeah, he will, because he knows that Jake had a chance to clear. When he didn't, he came to the table. And those are the sort of moments in matches that you look back at. If you want swings, that might be one right there. Neither player has won a frame on their break yet.
Frame 4. Jake Dylan Newlove to break. Leading 2 frames to 1. Time running.
And nothing down. Nothing close to going down.
10 seconds.
Yeah, and these yellows aren't too bad, but the way that yellow's just gone to that bottom cushion, it's made this difficult. I think he might have to probably take the double on, unless he's going to take the plant on. It's going to be the double.
The doubles have eluded him. Offers his hand. Cue ball may have found safety. There's one very difficult long red. Or can he see the one on the right-hand side? He can get through to it. So a possible double here for Jake. And we may see one of our very few frames that could turn into a bit of a tactical exchange. The balls really dictate how frames are going to be played.
Yeah, they do.
I think given Jason Hill's experience, in the professional game, would it be a fair assessment to say that a tactical battle may favor him over Jake?
Yeah, it could do. But these yellows, they aren't too bad. It's just about that yellow that's near the black. Yes, it does pot into the left centre. And then if he could just nudge into that red that's just above the yellow, he would have the black into the bottom right-hand corner. I think he's going for these.
Yeah, there is space, isn't there, to get at that one yellow nearest the black. Not sure if he hasn't made a mess of it already.
Yeah, has he just run it too far? I think he played for the one in the top left-hand pocket first. All he's got now is this cutback. And again, the white ball's going to be travelling in. Needs to finish perfect.
Yeah, he's in the same place as he just shot the last yellow. Thumbs up, Jason. Yeah, Murphy's Law. If it can go wrong, it will.
He's digging here. This is a big shot. If he's taking this into the bottom left-hand corner, is he playing a plant? Bottom left-hand corner. Not a bad effort. He was in position then.
Ten seconds.
Cushion first and off the red. Chance at making this.
Foul. One free shot, one visit.
Must have clipped the red. Must have just clipped the red. Let's watch it. It did. Just feathered the red. But that shot was on. And now it falls down to Jake.
10 seconds.
Yeah, if this is a plant top left-hand corner, you can't see any problems here. Should be straightforward now.
Yeah, I'd wager that Jake would like to play that match with Dan Davey over again because that's the one that looms large. a 4-1 defeat at the hands of Double D.
10
That's
seconds.
the one that dug him a hole, because apart from that match, he's really looked on song, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. And he had a chance in that match to even possibility of getting level. It's like he's making hard work of these, leaving that white on the cushion. Not what he wanted, but should be okay.
Well, this black is going to secure Jake a point, and at worst a draw. We've said that so many times tonight.
Frame.
And 3-1 he leads. So Jason Hill very much under the gun in this match. And the pace being dictated by Jake Dylan Newlove. There's still more pool to come, and every match so important. The last one of the evening, Dan Davey versus Miles Deluse. And that one will have the focus of everybody's attention. And Mark, if you're doing any calculations in there, I think it's fair to say that Dan Davey really is in control of this group.
Yeah, he is. He is. We're just looking. If this ends in a draw,
Frame 5.
that means Jason Hill, Jake Dylan Newlove,
Hill,
and Dan
break.
Davey be on 3 points, and Miles Deluse on 1. And if Miles Deluse beats Dan Davey in the last match 4 frames to 1, Miles Deluse will go through as a group winner. That would be unbelievable.
That's shocking to me. That would be shocking.
Yeah, well, I've just done my sums.
And it's possible.
Berserk. Yeah, it's possible. It's berserk, isn't it? It really is. There's just so many outcomes. That's what makes this format so wonderful. It's a nightmare for us organisers trying to explain it all, but wow, exciting.
Never mind, explain it. Try to do the calculations. Well, trying to get to that tie. Right now, Jason Hill, 2 to play. He needs them both.
Probably needs to drop on the one on the cushion next. One on this bottom cushion. Get that out of the way. Don't want to be hampered by this yellow. Oh, he's played that well.
He will need an angle on his last red to get top of the table for that black. So however he works this out, imperative to leave that angle.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to take the one in the left centre last. So it's, like you said, he's got to really push this through. Then he'll be stunning it off that far right-hand cushion to leave a pretty simple black in the top left-hand corner. We're going to see Jason Hill go to another 6-frame match. He's perfect.
And Jason Hill will have the break in the last.
How close was it to them yellows?
Yes, narrowly missed contacting those yellows. But this black to get to 3-2. And Jason Hill, top of the bill. Get ready to break. A 6th frame. No surprise for him, is it?
No, it's not. And that means he's played 36 frames out of 36. He's had his money's worth. That is a fact.
Value for money. Jason Hill. Well, we'll see if he can find that break, that elusive break. It's completely deserted him up to this stage. Maybe he saved the best for last.
Well, it's going to be in his own hands. Can he get the win he needs?
Well, I had the X over Jason Hill.
Final frame.
Looks like it's
Jake Dillon knew love to break.
Jake Dillon knew love to break. My mistake.
Time running.
So Jason Hill is going to have to sit down and hope he gets the opportunity.
Good break. Great power.
Boy, he does have a lot of power in that break, doesn't he?
Wow, and both these colour sets, they're nice. The red's just got one hard one on the right-hand cushion. But the opening yellow, he's going to be overstretching for this one into the bottom right. But it seems like it's the right ball to take.
10 seconds.
And you know what's going through his mind? Will I get a chance?
Wow, he's playing this opposite-handed, left-handed. Risky. Looks quite confident with it, though. Ooh.
Well, that one went in the tradesman's entrance into a full pocket and much closer to his work than he would have liked. He's made this shot missable.
Oh, he's feeling it, isn't he? He is.
Yeah, his face says it too. He knows it. Missed opportunity. Can Jason capitalize?
Not at this opportunity, I don't think. I think we're going to see a very containing shot here. He's going to be gluing him to that red that he's closest to now. Well, that's not the best effort. It's a simple escape.
Total snooker. 10 seconds.
Another chance, though. And he's left a little angle on this red. Things are getting tense out there.
Yeah, they are. I think he needs to get on his difficult red next. He don't want to be leaving that till the end. This is the big shot.
Doesn't have to do anything with the white. That helps his cause. His heart skipped a beat there. He can smile, but I promise you, had that not gone in, that would have been the loneliest walk back to the chair you'd have seen in a long time. And he is suffering because he had the chance. Five matches played. 3 have been played to draws. This one, a draw. Jason Hill, Jake Dylan Newlove, 3-3. So the calculators, get your pen and paper out. It's all to play for in the last match. Dan Davey versus Miles Deluse. That one will decide the group winner.
To decide the winner now then, isn't it, the last match now?
The last match will decide the winner, yes. So we can end up with all players on 3 points if Miles wins that last match.
Right.
What Dan Davey needs to do, I've done a little bit of calculating. There's a lot to do. I think he needs 2 frames.
2?
2 frames.
Right.
As you can see there, he's on +3 now, 2 frames. That will take him down to +1. And that would be enough to get through because Miles would only be on a 0 frame difference. Miles needs to beat Dan Davey 4-0 to stand any chance of going through.
And if Dan happens to win, I shouldn't imagine at the moment now the highest second is not going to get through, is it, with 3 points?
I don't know. I don't. 3 points isn't enough. We've already got 1 player on 4 points, and we've still got 3 groups again next week, and which we'll expect that one of them players would get 4 points in the runners-up spot.
So Dan's going to play in this last match then, Dan Davey. If he gets 2 points, he's through.
2 frames.
2 frames, he's through. If he wins, he draws, he's through. If he wins, he's through. So it's all down to Double D. He's 5-2 on to win this match. It's the shortest price match of the evening as well. So have a look with them betting partners. They're still up. Go on the internet and find out where the value is. But Dan Davey, he's in a good position, isn't he? See you in 3 minutes.
Champions Cup Event 3, Group C match, best of 6 frames. First frame, Dan Davey to break. Time running.
It's a late Wednesday night. This is our final match of the group stage. And what a match it turns out to be. Dan Davey in control of his own fate, and by Mark Pickworth's calculations, requires just 2 frames to secure his group spot. And you know what? Not the way he wanted to start this match. And funny enough, Jason Hill, he's played 3 matches tonight. He's tied all 3. Never tasted defeat, but never saw the victory lane either, did he? And Mark, Miles Deluse, if he can ever provide us with a little bit of form, and the time is now.
Yeah, it is. And I'm just looking at some of the calculations. So if it does end up as 4-2 to Miles Deluse, that means Dan Davey would win the group, which is fine. But then we'll have a joint second place between Jason Hill and Miles Deluse, who'll both be on 9 legs each. So they'll have to have a sudden death black ball shootout to decide who finishes runner-up, because they'll be in the second highest runner-up position so far.
10 seconds.
So all to play for.
Just the way it should be. On a pretty messy looking table in terms of layouts. Yellows, reds.
10 seconds.
There won't be any early finishes to this one.
Ten seconds.
So Dan, as they sit, probably marginally just in a little better position in this frame. Yeah, unless someone can come with a developing shot. Something that doesn't jump out at me right now.
10 seconds.
No, there's not going to be many of them, Jim. Not with the amount of balls that's nearly touching cushions. It's incredible, really. And he's just potting these yellows and you don't want them to drop.
Ten seconds.
Well, that was the heave-ho.
Wow.
Well,
This in
the
bath.
fluke. Don't know if any yellows are on, though. Dan looks anxiously wondering if that shot is going to avail any chance. Only time will tell. Stan
10
still
seconds.
knows that black presents his insurance policy. Well, the side pocket was available. There's no pocket available for the last yellow now. So Miles Deluse is running out of options.
Well, we've seen one fluke already in this opening frame. Is there going to be another one?
Put the black into the open. That actually might help Dan Davey. Because that black afforded Miles a bit of an insurance policy too.
Ten seconds.
Wants a bit of angle. Just having a look at these two reds that he can drop onto to the side pocket.
10 seconds.
Oh, he's just overcooked it. And it looks like he might have to defend unless he can slice that red into the side from where he is. He's had a look to see. No, it's going to be defense. Well, I guess he felt that it was worth the risk. He had a look at that plant to see if it was dead set to the center pocket, but coming off a cushion, too full of a contact, but he knew that he wasn't leaving anything easy for Miles. But still, tempting fate a little, isn't he, Mark?
Here he is, and this is an opportunity Miles didn't think he would get. This cuts into the left centre. A little bit of side off this top cushion. He can land on this black. He's on it perfect.
I wager Dan Davey wishes he played that shot a little differently. A little reckless in terms of approach from Double D there. And Miles Deluse secures the opening frame when it really looked like Dan Davey was in control. Great shot, though, from Miles. You got to give him that.
Yeah, you have. It's a shot he shouldn't have had. That was, I mean, really, Dan Davey should have gone defensive there. I suppose because it was the opening frame, he just thought it was worth the risk. It's cost him the frame.
It's been such an interesting evening of play with all the draws.
Leading 1-0.
And when you factor all those in, you always know that it's going to be tough to calculate exactly how things are going to unfold. Frame 2. Miles knows too. The controls are in his hand. Mark, you talk to these players a lot when they're in the practice room and or near a monitor watching and listening. Do they do all the calculations? Do they understand exactly how everything unfolds so that with each match they know precisely what's required of them?
Yeah, they'll be looking on their phones, etc. Because with this scoring system we use, it's open to the public. So that's what they've been keeping an eye on. Miles knows a big win here, and he'll be going through. And if he does get close to that winning line, you can bet there's going to be some nerves jangling.
Ten seconds.
Because he overcut that slightly, he's just run out of position on the intended red. Still happy to see it go down. But he's not dropped onto another one.
10 seconds.
Pretty easy safety here for Dan. Just contact that yellow nearest the cushion.
Has he hit the cushion, though? Has he hit the cushion? Just.
He was leading.
I said the nerves would be jangling at the end of this match, but they're jangling now.
Now, does he have if he's on this red, can he pinch the pocket enough to take the cue ball into the yellow and red?
Yeah, that's what he's looking at. If he can hit this yellow and red both sort of full ball, then this red goes over this right-hand corner. Great shot. Just had enough angle to get the red full ball.
If Miles wins this frame, he really is going to be tightening the screws and putting Dan under pressure.
– 10 seconds.
He had to force it. Didn't quite have the angle he needed. And the fact the shot clock was winding down didn't help his cause either.
Yeah, I think he had to pinch part of that pocket as well. And when you do that, hit it at
10
pace,
seconds.
it just makes that pot so hard. And these yellows are glorious.
Ten seconds.
Very relieved, Dan Davey, though, to be sure. As he was facing a 2-0 deficit right down the barrel. And that would have really put him under pressure. So he'll be breathing a little easier, knowing just one frame went away.
Yeah, just needs to draw this back
Attention, please.
about 6 inches. I mean, you can run it through as well if you wanted to. You want to take it into top corner or on and off the cushion. Loads of options to play this shot.
A sigh of relief,
Frame.
certainly from Dan there as he goes back to his chair. Firstly, he was anxious getting that yellow to contact the cushion, but he was given another bite of the cherry and he made it pay. Double D 1-1 with Miles Deluse. Missed opportunity, just trying to force that one down the cushion. We've seen a number of those balls stay out. These pockets, not quite as sympathetic as players would like in certain situations, Mark, but
Frame
consistent.
3. Dan Davey to break. Scores tied 1 frame all. Time running.
Wow, now a good break. And he can exhale.
Wow, the pain continues. At first glance, these reds, they look very nice.
Ten seconds. Extension, please.
One thing about it, with the missed opportunity in the last frame, you just get the feeling that he'll guard against any, I'm not going to say complacency, but when he gets the opportunity, he might just give it that extra added attention. A little bit more care and caution. Yeah, he can go a number of different ways here. This is just whatever he feels best doing and most comfortable with.
10 seconds.
Yeah, that was a bit tentative, that one. He wanted to be directly underneath this one.
Ten seconds.
That's the second time that the referee has announced 10 seconds as he's getting down on a ball. You just get a feeling that it's just taken his focus out enough to cause the miss. And that is the look of a man questioning himself right now. You know, in contrast, you look back to the other night when Liam Dunster was playing, and Mark, I think you and I commentated that match. Liam heard the 10-second announcement every single visit, but he's so used to it and he's so focused, never once did it put him off.
No, it didn't. And I think that is just down to the way that Liam plays in this arena. He knows everything that's going off, and where Miles just lacks a little bit of experience in here. Oh, what's he done with the black? Does that go? Does it go into the left centre? Does it go in the bottom right-hand corner? I think it might just go in the left centre, only just.
Ten seconds.
Oh, that's the last thing he wanted, because that black is now covered in the left centre. Is there another twist to this frame?
He's going to have plenty of angle. If he gets this yellow, he'll have plenty of angle on the last yellow. But he's going to have to bring that cue ball down the left-hand side of the table as we look. So a little bit of check side on this cue ball.
I mean, it does go in the top left-hand pocket. I mean, does it go in the bottom right? He thinks it does.
He's played that nice. He's played that really well. Dan Davey, with that black, secures his place. He'll win the group. He's 2-1 ahead in this match, but he knows it. All he wanted was 2 frames, and he knew it. And as I said earlier, he can breathe a lot easier now. And Mark, I think that question that I asked you a little earlier about do these players really keep track and know exactly what's going on, I think we just saw the proof of that.
Yeah, and the way that Miles is looking at the floor there, he knows that he possibly could be 3-0 up here. He's had chances in both the frames he's lost.
Frame 4. Miles Deluse to break. Trailing 2 frames to 1. Time running.
You know, as a player, that's all you really ask is that you get the chances. The rest is down to you. And a good break there from
10
Miles.
seconds.
Great shot. He's going to need another.
Ten seconds.
Well, Dan would like to continue on, and you can see Miles again. He's carrying a lot of baggage right now.
10 seconds.
Negative thoughts that are taking up space in his head, not paying any rent. But you just know that Dan would like to go out on a positive note too. He's secured the place. But he'd like to secure at least a draw here. That would mean he wouldn't have been beaten.
10 seconds.
Take some of that positive energy into the next round.
Ten seconds.
And you know, he came in as a 4-6 favorite to win the group. And it would have taken a brave bet to lay that price and take Dan, but he's proven him right.
Ten seconds.
Beautiful shot there. Held position to that yellow with the cannon to the red. And some nifty cue ball control, courtesy of Double D.
Frame.
And quickly securing the frame. 3-1. That worst to draw. And again, cementing his place. Mark, some guys will do anything to stay out of the commentary box.
Yeah, it means he's going to be back next week, and yeah, it's a shift that we're going to have to take him out of. Well, somebody else will be picking his money up.
Another look at the double. A key shot. Laid the foundation for the simple frame win.
Frame 5.
And that too, maybe he's trying to get out of doing a little bit of cooking back at the cafe. I hope he's got the staff working a little overtime there.
He'll have to, because he's back next Monday. So I'm sure that's one of the busiest days, no doubt.
Well, a good break again. And not a bad lay of the land.
No, these yellows are nice. They really are. Probably just needs to take the ones out in the top half of the table
10
first.
seconds.
And then just move down into the middle part of the table. And it is straightforward. This is dot to dot.
Yeah, this isn't going to take long at all. Straightforward for Dan. And a great way to punctuate a nice evening's work for him.
Yeah, it is. It just makes you wonder that match when he was 3-1 down against Jason Hill, when he came back to come back 3-all. I wonder how much that's played a part in him getting through tonight.
A solid performance, to be sure. Double D is doubling down.
Frame. And the match.
Black secured,
Dan Davey wins
4-1,
4 frames
the
to 1.
final. And Double D has done his work, and he'll move on to the next round. The group winner, the bookies got it right tonight. The heavy favorite, Dan Davey, wins the group. 2 wins and a draw. Solid performance from Double D.
Yeah, great calls there tonight, Jim. And you said the bookies got it right. Did they ever get it wrong? That's what I want to know. 3 nights, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 3 favourites. Bang, bang, bang. They're all through, aren't they, Mark? And at first there, Danny, look, it made me laugh when he won the second frame. He thought he won it, didn't he? He won the match.
Yeah, because he knows that. And it means a lot to him. He was under pressure there.
Yeah.
And Miles could have easily took the first 3 frames because he had chances in all of them.
Yeah.
And Dan, even in that match when he was 3-1 down against Jason Hill and come back to win 3-all, he's not had it. He's had some scary moments.
Yeah. Well, I think every night, even Monday, didn't we? With Liam.
Yeah.
That was a scary moment, the last one.
Yeah,
wasn't
he
it?
should have lost that match to Daniel Wiley, 4 frames to 2. Didn't. Came back, got the draw, and went on to scrape through the group.
And even last night, he started off the banger like a lunatic, bang, 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 didn't he? And that was close in the end as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
So what have we got to look forward for next week, Mark?
Well, we're going to have the Mark Farnsworth. He's the number 2 seed. He was the outright before this event started. He was the outright favourite to win event 3. And when Liam Dunster's in that, the world champion, the world number 1, in that equation as well, you wonder how he is like the number 1 favourite.
So we've got Mark Monday, have we?
No, he's down on the last day.
The last day.
Yeah,
So
the Wednesday.
Who we got Monday? Any big names Monday?
Monday. You're putting me on the spot here, aren't you? I haven't been looking at because I've been looking at the league table all pretty much all night, and ask me some questions about the league table.
It's only took 21 shows. But I think I've got a question there for the work.
Yeah, there is the graphic up. I know Wade Moore is here.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the amateur qualifiers.
Yeah.
The Blade, I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah, I do remember Wade Moore. Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to seeing him play. Right. He's turned professional this year and that. So, yeah.
I think you need a weekend off. I think we all need a weekend off.
We've had some close matches throughout, and the groups have been very close, and they've taken some working out. And it's hard for you to look forward to anything else because you're trying to deal with what's in front of you here and now.
It's all right for you. You can have a weekend off. I'm off to Butlins for the darts for the weekend. We've got a big darts tournament there, and I'll be back on Monday with Mark, with our referee, with all our production team. Don't forget our commentator tonight, Jim White, as well, been a great, fantastic Mark as well. Don't forget you people at home. Without you, we've not got a show. And we'll see you again on Monday for, it's event 3, day 4 it'll be, won't it?
It will be.
So have a lovely weekend, everyone. See you Monday. Good night. God bless you.
Good night.